Hey, coin collectors and curious minds alike! Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about something pretty wild, a simple 1-cent coin from 2015, minted in Denver, that could be worth up to a whopping $79 million. Yes, you heard that right, $79 million. Sounds crazy? Stick with me as we dive into the history, value, and mystery behind this rare coin that has collectors and investors on the edge of their seats. Now, most of us are used to seeing these copper-plated pennies pop up in our pockets all the time, right? Worth just 1 cent. You might not give them a second thought. But what if I told you that one of these pennies could potentially make you a millionaire? Even a billionaire? Well, let's break it down. Part 1. The coin. 2015 D 1 cent penny. The coin we're talking about today is the 2015 D 1 cent piece. It was minted at the Denver Mint, which is responsible for producing most of the US coins in circulation. Now you might be thinking, what's so special about a 2015 coin? After all, it's not that old, and it's still being produced in large numbers. In fact, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies in 2015 alone. So, how does one of these simple pennies end up being worth millions? Well, here's where the story gets really interesting. While most 2015 D pennies are only worth 1 cent, a very small number of them were produced with a unique error. And it's this error that could make one of these pennies worth more than your entire house, maybe even your entire neighborhood. Minting errors are a rare phenomenon, but when they happen, they can completely change the value of a coin. Most of the time, errors like misprints or misalignments happen during the coin's production, and they make the coin stand out in ways that aren't supposed to happen. So, what exactly is the mistake with this 2015 D penny? The story starts with a rare error involving the copper plating and the coin's design. Some 2015 D pennies were struck with a double die obverse, which means the front of the coin, featuring Abraham Lincoln, was stamped twice. This gives the coin a noticeable doubling effect, making the letters and numbers appear blurred and thicker than normal. Now, this doubling effect isn't something you'll find on every 2015 D penny. In fact, it's incredibly rare. So rare, in fact, that a handful of these coins made their way into circulation, unnoticed by most people. And when collectors and numismatists discovered the error, well, they went absolutely wild. One of these error coins could be worth millions of dollars, far more than the standard penny value. Alright, now for the big question, how much is this coin really worth? As of today, the market for these 2015 D double die error pennies is still fluctuating, but the value could be anywhere from a few $1,000s to an unbelievable $79 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. That's because the very first verified sale of a 2015 D penny with this error went for an insane amount of money, around $79 million. Of course, most of us aren't going to find a penny worth millions just lying around in our change jar. But here's why this coin is so valuable. It's not just about the error itself, it's about rarity and demand. There are only a handful of these error coins known to exist, and those that have been verified by experts are fetching prices that most people could only dream of. In fact, the rarity of these error coins has created a massive demand among collectors, and as more people learn about them, the value keeps increasing. It's similar to how rare stamps or baseball cards can become worth millions over time. The fewer there are, the more valuable they become. Alright, so let's say you've got a 2015 D penny and you want to see if it's one of these rare, potentially million-dollar coins. How can you tell? Well, here's a quick rundown. First, check the design. On a normal 2015 D penny, you'll see a clear, sharp image of Abraham Lincoln. But with the double die error, the details, especially the lettering and the date, will look doubled or shifted slightly. You might notice a sort of ghosting effect, where the letters or numbers look like they're out of place. Another thing to look for is the texture of the coin. If it looks off or different from the other pennies around it, it might be worth examining further. But remember, verifying whether a coin is truly valuable requires professional authentication. Many rare error coins are authenticated by numismatic organizations or auction houses, so always get a second opinion if you're serious about selling. As we wrap up today's video, we can't help but wonder, will the 2015 D penny continue to rise in value? Will we see more error coins surface over the next few years? Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain, the legend of the 2015 D penny is just beginning, and if you happen to have one of these rare, double-die error coins in your collection, you might be holding on to a real treasure. Thanks for watching, folks! If you enjoyed today's video and learned something new about the fascinating world of coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Who knows, maybe your next penny could make you a millionaire. Until next time, keep collecting, and keep looking closely at your change. Last. Hey there, coin collectors, history buffs, and curious minds. Today, we have something absolutely incredible to talk about, something that might just blow your mind. We're diving into the world of a single, humble coin, the 1 cent USA 1995 coin. Now, most of us are used to seeing these pennies floating around in our pockets, maybe with a few tucked away in a jar somewhere. But did you know that a 1995 penny could be worth, wait for it, a jaw-dropping $69 million? Yep, you heard that right. A penny worth millions. Stick around, because this coin has a fascinating history, and its true value might surprise you. First things first, let's talk about the basics. Most people know what a penny looks like, a small, copper-plated coin featuring Abraham Lincoln, right? But not all pennies are created equal. Some are worth only their face value, 1 cent, while others have stories, unique features, and rare conditions that make them worth much, much more than you'd expect. So, how did this 1995 penny come to be worth $69 million? To get there, we have to go back to a specific event in the coin's production, something that involved a mistake, and a very rare one at that. That mistake was the creation of an experimental 1995 penny that was accidentally struck with a double-die error. In the world of coin collecting, a double-die error is one of the most sought-after and valuable mistakes a coin can have. What is a double die? Well, it's when a coin's die, the metal stamp that's used to imprint the design on a coin, is accidentally aligned improperly during the minting process. As a result, the coin ends up with doubled or shifted designs, usually seen in the lettering or the numbers. This error is extremely rare and highly collectible. Now, imagine that happening to a regular penny. But what made this particular 1995 penny even more extraordinary was the timing. By the mid-90s, the US Mint had already perfected its coin production process. So, when this error occurred, it was almost unheard of. Most of the time, when mistakes like this happen, the faulty coins are caught, melted down, and destroyed. But in the case of the 1995 double-die penny, a few lucky, or rather unlucky, ones slipped through the cracks. The US Mint is a huge operation, with strict quality control to ensure that only perfect coins make it into circulation. But sometimes, even in the most controlled environments, mistakes happen. And these rare, off-the-press errors can turn ordinary coins into legendary collectibles. Let's break it down even further. A double-die error means that the penny has a distinct feature that makes it stand out. If you look closely at the 1995 double-die penny, you'll notice that the word Liberty and the date 1995 have a clear doubling effect. This means you can actually see a second image of those words, offset slightly from the original ones. It's a subtle, but very cool visual anomaly that gives the coin a fascinating appearance. As you can see here, the doubling is very noticeable along the word Liberty. The doubling effect creates a ghostly shadow of the original letters, which makes this penny look very different from any standard 1995 penny. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, how does a single penny end up being worth $69 million? And here's where things get interesting. In 2004, a collector named Eric L. Christensen found a 1995 double-die penny. But this wasn't just any double-die penny, it was in near-perfect condition. When it went to auction, the bidding went wild, and this specific penny sold for $69 million. And here's why: the rarity, the condition, and the sheer uniqueness of this coin made it one of the most valuable pieces of numismatic history. Coin auctions are an exciting world in themselves. Collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for rare and high-quality coins to add to their portfolios. A coin like the 1995 double-die penny doesn't just carry value because of its rarity. It's also about the story behind it, the historical significance, and the collector's desire to own a piece of history. So you might be wondering, can I find one of these rare pennies? The truth is yes, but it's highly unlikely. Coins like these don't just pop up every day. The 1995 double-die era penny is so rare that only a handful are known to exist. And even fewer are in good enough condition to fetch millions at an auction. Now, before you go rummaging through your change jar, it's important to understand that not every 1995 penny is going to be worth millions. Most of them are just regular pennies. To get one of these rarities, you need to pay close attention to the details, the doubling effect, the condition of the coin, and whether it's been authenticated by professionals. If you're serious about finding a rare coin like the 1995 double-die penny, you'll want to learn more about coin grading and how to spot these errors. There are resources online, coin dealers, and even coin shows where you can learn from experts who can help you identify valuable coins. And always remember, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the world of numismatics is filled with surprises. A single coin, like this 1-cent piece, can tell a story of craftsmanship, mistakes, and opportunities. Who knows? You could be holding on to the next $69 million treasure. So, that's the fascinating story of the 1995 double-die penny, a coin worth millions due to its rarity and mistake. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin facts, and share this with your friends who love coins or just appreciate a good, mind-blowing story. And who knows, maybe you'll find your own $1 million penny one day. Until next time, happy collecting!